Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. If you have subscribed, I really appreciated that. Those who have not subscribed, please do so, and I will subscribe back as a thank you. If your settings is correctly, allows me to see you so I can go to your channel and subscribe back. Some subscribers I can't um, see who you are, even though you subscribed. It has to do with the settings, I guess, on each individual's channel. But all right, we're gonna do sort of a fix-it video here. Sega Genesis Ultimate Portable Game Player. I happen to kept the box. This is what it looks like, and you can also add games. That's what I did. I added games to it. I'll just show you the box real quick. Show you the box real quick here. I actually kept the box so that you never know, in case you want to sell it later or put it up. You get tired of it. It happens. Whenever you need to move or something, sometimes having the boxes helps as well. And the back shows all the games it comes with, but of course you can put more on it. It says 85, but you can put as many on there as you want, as long as it's the right format for the Sega Genesis. Alright, let's get the box out of the way. Okay, here's the problem with it. It's the switch. So as you turn on the switch here, as you can see, it doesn't turn on. It doesn't want to turn on right. You have to kind of wiggle it. See? Kind of have to hold it. And say if you push it all the way to on, it turns off. But if you move it over just a little bit, it wants to turn on. So it's either the switch is dirty or it needs a new switch. So you will need a PH1 or Phillips 1 screwdriver. To take this off. I was using different ones to try to figure out which one would fit in it. I haven't taken this apart, but I did try to find the right, or make the effort to find the right the bit first, so I was sort of ready, so I didn't have to look around for what it is. But you need to take the plate off, the battery plate, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4 that I notice. I think that's all the screws there is. We'll see. But anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up, and I'm going to see if it just needs to be cleaned with some alcohol. I'm going to go that route first, and we will see if that fixes it. I know a lot of people have this device, so that might help you. If that don't work, I do have some switches. I don't know, not sure if they're the right ones, but I did buy some switches. Probably could still rig it up, but they look like they might be the ones that I need. If not, well, maybe we can figure it out and maybe rig it up, but we will see. All right, let me go ahead and get this tore down a little bit here. See what kind of battery it's got. As I said, it's got 5 screws so far that I know of. And go ahead and kind of show you it here as I take it apart. And battery looks okay, maybe. Yeah, that's what it came with. I hardly used this. I had it in my pocket a few times. Maybe some lint or something got in the switch, or maybe these switches aren't very good, these power switches. But that's the top. Let me go ahead and take the card out. See, and you can add a little mini SD card. You can put a lot in there if you want, as long as it's the right format. But hopefully it'll be an easy taking apart. You don't have to remove the screen or anything like that. But let's go ahead and get these screws out of here. Okay, The it looks like that one's a little longer than the power one, so, or for the battery. So this little one is for the battery cover. So you know the difference. There are two different sizes, and go ahead and get these out. Yeah, I was using different bits to see how come this one fits the battery one, but it don't fit these. And so I had to get a bigger size. You think it would be a smaller size, but apparently it's a bigger size. It fits all of them. It's weird how you think one will fit one, or it does fit one, when you go to do the other screws, it doesn't fit it. You don't want to strip them out. And that's all of them, I think. Let's see if we can get this apart. There might be something else going on here. Yeah, there might be another one in there. Maybe not. Huh? Let's see here. Alright, and I had to use this. It basically pops. There's a piece right here, and so what you do when you go to do it, make sure it's upside down. Make sure your screen is this way. And so basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna go through here, and you're gonna and then it pops. It pops, kind of pops this way. And then you just be careful when you pop it off. Alright. Now what we're going to look at is the switch. It looks like, see, the switch is right here. It's a small switch. I don't think mine is, if I have the right switch for it. What we're going to do is, we're just going to clean that up. That's what we're going to do. Because these switches are way too big to change it. I'll show you. See how big these switches are compared to that one. Yeah, these won't work. I mean, I could probably maybe figure out how to rig it up, but they're just little simple switches. But this one here, if you try to compare them, see, a little bit bigger than it should be, but they look like they're the same, almost the same size. So for lengthwise, no, yeah, this switch is at bottom a little bit bigger. But what we're gonna do, we're just gonna clean it with some alcohol. We'll see how that goes, and we'll do it that way. And there is a couple screws. See, 1, 2, 3. It looks like there's three screws. 3 more if you want to pull the board out. But what we'll do is I'll clean it real quick, and we'll see what happens with it first before we do anything else. Okay, what we're gonna do is just go ahead and just clean it. Should just a little bit of alcohol in there. And then what you do is just Take the switch and just kind of flip it back and forth. Try to clean it off. Try to clean it up a little bit in there, so that maybe that'll fix it. See how I'm moving it, and it kind of splashes. It probably just dirty. Now, if it just doesn't work, I might just end up replacing it with that bigger switch. But if I go do that, I will make sure I take it out the board. Let's see, and then what we'll do is we'll let it dry here. Now, let's take it out of the board. I just didn't want to take it out of the board because, you know, the screen's on the other side of this. But, you know what, let's take it out. Take it out the board. Basically, there's a screw here, and a screw here. Let me go ahead and do that, remove that real quick. Alright, that was kind of tricky getting that out of there. But, put some right, see if I can focus it. Some right inside there. There we go. And what we'll do is we'll move it back and forth again. And some hair. That might have been what caused it too. Stuff like that. Getting in the way. Alright, and we'll just move it back and forth. See, what happened was, is I think I put it in my pocket, and you know, the lint and stuff got in there, dirt. You know, when you put it in your pocket and go out and about. But that might have been what caused it. I mean, it's solid. It's just like those new switches. It's just like this new switch right here. See? It's the same. See, if I was going to do it, I would have to rig it up, because maybe snip some of that off. Put this switch in it, but it somewhat lines up. It's a little off though. So these aren't the exact switches, but the same thing. It's just a little bigger, but I think there'd be room to put this in here. There would be room to put this in here, right here. I would just, you know, snip those off a little bit, and it would stick up a little bit, but it might work. But I took it apart just to get to the switch better. But it was a little tricky, because it's still attached, as you can see right here. It's still attached. See, it's attached by this, with the speaker there. But it looks sort of like it's, doesn't that look sort of like it's burnt or something right here? Looks sort of like it's got some something going on right there, don't it? That's weird. I might have to clean that up while I'm in here. No, I guess that's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to look like. Looks like it's burnt though. It's not. Yeah, there's nothing on the Q-tip. See, it's maybe that's just how they did it. But that was interesting, though. It I don't know. It looks kind of off to me by how almost looks like it's been burnt. But it could be a coating or something that they put on that. But all right, what we'll do is we'll put it back together, and we'll see if that helped it or not, and we'll go from there. All right, let's snap this back together. If I can get it snapped back in there. Oh, touchy little thing. There we go. Somewhat. Let's get the screws in there. It was really difficult to those buttons. The buttons inside of it kept falling out, so you have to be careful with when you take this thing apart. Cause the buttons fell out, and I had to redo the buttons, and it was kind of really frustrating. It can be kind of a menace, you know, if nothing lines up right, or the buttons, the plastic buttons have those little pegs on the ends of them, and they only go in certain ones. I had issues with that. But let's just do this here real quick. As you can see, turn it on, turns on, and see, it's real tight now, so it won't do that now. See, so yeah, it just needed to clean. There you go. That's how we do that. It just needed a cleaning. Let's get the back cover on. I didn't need to replace that switch after all. So if you have issues with this, you just need to clean that switch. I advise not to take the circuit board out when you do it. Just do it like how I did at first on the video. Don't take the circuit board out to clean that switch. Just get right up in there and soak it and let it dry. Because you have to remove the board, which the screen's on the other side of the board. It's attached to the board. So yeah, I don't advise taking the board out, because you can also dirty the screen up on the other side trying to get it back in. So, well, there you go. Turn it on, and there we go. It works like it's supposed to. It's nice and tight now. Don't have that issue now. See, it just needed the switch just needed to be cleaned. So if that happens to you, just don't take the circuit board out. That's my advice. Just leave it screwed in, and just go over like I did with the switch, and just work it back and forth. Try to get in the side of it though. So how I took the board off, and then I got right into the side of it where the switch is here. Try to get right in there, and let it, and then just work it back and forth like I did, and that'll fix your problem with that. It wasn't the switch, it was just dirty. See how tight it is now? It comes right on. It's nice and tight. So that was what the problem was. It just needed some alcohol to be cleaned. It worked back and forth, and now it's good as new. So I didn't need the switch after all. I ordered these switches. Here. But you never know. I probably could have rigged it up, but it would have been kind of tight in there. But I probably could have rigged it up and got it to work that way if the switch needed to be changed. But it's best to get the exact switch. These here are probably universal ones. This one was just a tad. These were just a tad too big, but not by much. I mean, you probably could have gotten away with rigging it up right. You know, like I said, snipping off the little pins a little bit, shorten pins, and I think there would have been room to put that in there, that switch, barely, but it probably would have been room to put that in there. But there you go. I know I didn't show everything on the video, but it was just frustrating when these buttons here. This button here, it got smooshed underneath, and then these buttons here, there's little plastic tabs that they only go in a certain way. You know, they didn't want to go in right either. But I got it back together without breaking it. It came close though. But yeah, my advice is do not take the board out. You can take this apart, get to the switch, and use this alcohol, and get in there, get in on the side of the switch. See, I did kind of up on the top of the switch. You want to get right in the side of it. Basically, I'll show you here on this switch. Show you on this switch here. This one's way different from that one anyway, but what you would want to do, see how it was in there. How it was doing like on the sides, like on the sides and stuff. You want to go straight in, because it's like this in there. You want to be able to get in here. So I was getting down like this, straight up and down. You want to be able to go in there. I took the board out so I could get to it, so it would be like this. But you want to go straight in there and then work it back and forth. But you want to go straight in instead of straight down. Here, let me show you this way. On this, say you would want to go straight in, not up. You know how I was doing. I was doing straight down, because it was like this in there. You want to be able to go in this way. So I took it out of the board so I could get in there this way, but I wouldn't take it out of the board. I would find a way to just to be able to go straight in there while it was on the board like this, because you do not want to take the board out if you don't have to. It was very frustrating on that one to do that. So yeah, my advice is, so hit it straight in there where that switch is, and it'll correct the problem. But like I said, I think it was just dirty. There was hair and stuff, from putting it in your pocket. And so like all your handhelds will have that issue at some point. It might not be the switch. It needs to be replaced. It just needs to be, re-cleaned with some alcohol, and work it back and forth. But there you go, we fixed it. So another fix it video without destroying it. Fix it till you break it type of thing. But yeah, it let's put the card in. I'm gonna turn it on here and one more time, and let's do a quick game real quick. See, it's kind of touchy. You gotta push kind of hard now. I might have to see that, because that was because of the rubber piece that's inside of it. So I might have to take this apart again. But that's why I advise to probably just needs to be worked. See, starting to work again. But yeah, see, up's fine. Down is having a little problem, a little touchy, because the rubber on it, the rubber piece that's on this. You know, I had issues. I have to rework that. Um, but let's yeah, it's kind of not the best screen, is it? But yeah, I have to rework to take this apart. It might be too tight now, or the rubber piece might be kind of off centered. See, it's kind of tight on there. But anyway, there you go, and that's why I advise do not take the board out, because right under the board, which is it's laying like this, and there's the board on the bottom. You got these buttons here, and you have to line them up just right, and then you have to flip this back into it, and it causes the unalignment. If it's not aligned perfectly, you have this issue right here. So I will probably have to take it apart again and realign that rubber piece. I might show that here, but you know, it's a shame I have to take it apart again. But so that way you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'll show you here. You got to see where all the pieces are. Yeah, you got to go kind of pull it upward like this. Let's see. But this is the side I'm having issues with right here. Yeah, it came off. That's what happened. Make sure it's on there correctly. And just put it back in. Be careful though, because if you don't do it correctly, the buttons will come off. That's why I didn't want to take this off. Let me make sure everything is working correctly down there. But, yeah, it's kind of frustrating. Sure. Yeah, it looks like it did it to me again. Alright, you got the idea. That I'd show you this. So the buttons have to be in there and the grooves just right. If one of those little pegs is wrong, they'll pop back out. Alright, back together again. See, now it works. See, no problem with it now. See how it's easy to go up and down. That's what it is. See, it's very, you got to put it on just correct, just right. And then with the screen too, it can get dirty and stuff can get on it when you go take if you take that board out. That's why I didn't want to take the board out. But it's mostly clean. But when you go to put it back, the board back in, and you flip it upside down, there's a chance that air can get, or dirt can get on the screen again. It's mostly clean, and then there's just a little smear or something right there. That can be annoying. But that's just so you know that you take something like this apart, when you expose the screen, it can get kind of frustrating. Try to clean that. But see, it's back to normal. It's back to the way it was supposed to be. And the switch is tighter, so it'll stay. It doesn't turn off now. So that the alcohol did clean it. So what happened was, is like I said, when you put it in your pocket, apparently dust and stuff can work its way through there, and get in there and cause that to happen. So a lot of people, if you have this system, like I said, you have this system, you're gonna want to be aware of this switch, that there's a chance that it'll get dirty over time. And so it's not the switch. The switch isn't broken or anything. Because I was gonna change that, so I didn't have to change that. It just needs to be clean. It just need to be clean. But again, as a tip, do not take the board out, because you don't want to expose the screen. Because then you have to clean the screen, and then the buttons will come undone, and it's crazy. So buttons only go in one way, because they have these little pegs in there, and they have to be done correctly. And the rubber piece that I had for all the buttons, I had to flip it around. It was on wrong as well. So let's play a game real quick. Doesn't matter what it is. Let's just play one. And you see that the controls, that's a good one to show that the controls are now working correctly. If I would have done this, if I wouldn't have took it apart and redid that, I would have had a heck of a time playing stuff. Probably would have broke it eventually by pushing really hard down on it. But probably not the best game to play. But let's do this one. Like Tetris, in a way. It's kind of like a Tetris. And it works. But it's this, you know, it works. So there you go. There you go. All good. So, I'll run into problems. I always do. But I didn't break it. I almost broke it, but there you go. This advice: don't take the don't take the board out when you take it apart. And remember that this piece comes off this way. Um, this stays there, and this pops off. This pops off this way. Now, there you go. Thanks for watching. On to the next video.